Hey everybody, welcome to another iOS playthrough. Today I'm going to play through Phantom Leader. Now I will throw up some links and some annotations for the video. I've already actually reviewed the original board game, and then I'm going to release this review along with a sort of review of the deluxe edition of Phantom Leader. Now the rules for the app here are based on the original. They haven't yet updated the app to have the different changes for the deluxe edition. So it's not that different. I do like the changes, but this will suffice for now until they update the app. So let's go into the app here, and if you're not familiar with the game and just watching this video by itself, it basically is sort of a Vietnam era aerial combat game. So you'll be able to control different fighter ships in the Navy or the Air Force, and sort of you're kind of like the manager of the squadrons. So let's just jump right into the app here. We'll start up, and it has 3 spots here for the game. Basically what you're going to run are different campaigns. You can do short, medium, or long campaigns. Short campaigns are 2 games, and then you get longer and longer campaigns. And during this time you're going to have to sort of manage the stress level and the overall morale of your fleet. So let's go into new game here. So as I was saying there, longer games you can have to do a little bit more sort of jockeying of the different pilots that you're going to use. Now you can see here we have some different scenarios here. So we've got here War in the South. You can go to 1967, Rolling Thunder, and then Linebacker here is 1972. Now you can switch between Air Force and Navy, and these are going to give you some different missions like so. If we take a look here, you can see short campaign, medium, and long. It's going to tell you what your victory point evaluation is. It kind of tell you how good you did. Different weapons are going to cost different special operations points based on the scenario that you choose. And then also here you can see you can sell short, medium, or long campaigns there. So just to start off, I seem to have more luck with the Navy, and 1965 seems to be slightly easier, and I'll just do a short here. I'm just going to go through basically one mission out of the 2 that you would see here. So we'll continue. So it's going to load up here. Now, based on the scenario and things that I selected, you get a certain loadout of available pilots. You can see I can do 1 newbie, 2 green pilots, an average, and a skilled pilot. I don't get any veterans for this short campaign here. And these are represented by cards. So in the real game you see actual cards. And here you can see Whiplash here. So Whiplash, here's the newbie card, and also his green card. And you can see the stats kind of are a little bit different here. So you can see this is his air-to-air combat. He's got a -2 modifier. When he gets a little bit more experience, he's only going to have a -1 modifier. Whereas for the air-to-ground, he's going to have a +1 versus a +0. So you want to keep that in mind, and the reason they show you the cards here is because before you go into battle, before you start your campaign, you will get some of these special operations points here. You can see you've got 1 already. You will be able to use those before you start the campaign to level up or increase the experience of some of your pilots here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to click newbie here, and this is going to sort of slim down our possibilities here. So we've got 2 guys here, Whiplash and Midas, that we can pick from. And I am going to pick, I think I'm going to pick. I'm just going to pick Whiplash here for now. And so we'll start with him, and then maybe on the possibility that I will actually upgrade him. So we're going to go to greens here, and let's see, greens, who do I like to pick here? So what I like to see is, not only do I like to see the speed here, because this is very important, because fast pilots will attack before the defense attacks. Normally the defense attacks, and then your slow pilots will attack afterwards. So I like to see if there's anybody that's fast. You usually have to get up here to the higher pay grade, so to speak, the higher level to do that here. So the other thing, like I said, I like to keep in mind is what they will look like if I decide to level them up as well. The other thing that you're trying to consider here is you can see underneath at the bottom of the card here, these are the different types of weapons that this particular aircraft is capable of loading out. So you see you got your A4, your F8 here, another A6. So let's take a look here. This guy can have some rockets. These have guns. And the guns are nice because they're okay and they're actually not very good for the air-to-air combat, but they're kind of built into the aircraft. You don't have to actually load them out with guns. They come with them. So let's go ahead and pick, well, this guy's got a little bit of a selection here, and you can see this guy actually comes with some standard operating points. So by choosing him, he's a little bit of a nerfed pilot. I can add him and have some special ops points to spend, maybe to level him up or somebody else. So we'll do him and Rabbit. We'll go to the average pilots here. Now he's going to be fast if we level him up. I really like having the fast guys. He's also fast. Does anybody start fast? So he's actually fast to begin with. And if I level him up, he'll have a pretty good little bump there of +1 for air-to-air and air-to-ground. Let's take a look at Pluto. He's fast. He'll got a nice air-to-ground. Let's do Pluto instead. Maybe we already have some guys with guns and things. I'd like to get a little bit of a bonus on the air-to-ground, which is you're going to be basically bombing the heck out of a lot of the sites there. So we'll finally get a skilled guy. Maybe our skilled guy will do fast with him. So he's got fast and a high air-to-air there. So we'll do Moose, and he gets some special ops points as well. So now we've loaded out all of our different pilots. We're going to go to the next one here. So now you may spend 2 special op points to promote each promotable pilot. I've got 9 here. The other thing you want to save your special ops points for is for certain kinds of weapons. Now you can see we've got the different loadouts of weapons here, but some of the better weapons are going to require you spending special ops points. So you don't want to spend them all when you're increasing your pilot levels. So let's take a look here. Let's go to the bottom. Start at the bottom here because these are going to be our better pilots. Now he's got a +3, +3 -0, +3 -3. He's going to be a little bit better. He's going to get a nice bump here, so we're going to go ahead and promote Rabbit. You can see he's at +0, +0, and then +2, +1. Now the second row here I haven't talked about. This is shaken, so as you take stress, your pilot's going to perform not so hot. So these will be the stats while they're shaken. It's just bad all around, so I don't worry too much about that. Let's see here. Does anybody become fast? He's already fast. He gets a nice air to ground. I'm going to do him. I've got 5 special ops points left. I will. Well, I'm only going to do 1 mission, so I might as well just promote that guy too, because I'll probably just send him in. All right. So day 1 of 2. Normally you have 2 missions, and these are called days. We're going to go ready here, and then it's going to load up, and we're going to see here. Now this is our sort of overall layout of how the round is going to progress here. So we have here our pre-flight. We're going to select the targets. We're going to get some choices of possible missions to run on, basically. Place out the sites. The target's going to dictate that, and then we're going to arm our pilots, and then we're going to go through these here. This is going to be sort of where the action is there. So let's go ahead, and then we will say we are ready here. And then we have now 2 possible sites here. So the things we can see here, the things that we're going to keep in mind is how it's going to affect our politics, and also how many victory points we're going to get. So yeah, this one's going to give us 2 victory points. We're going to have a few more sites here. These are the approach sites and bandits, and the ones that are going to be kind of in the center. And this hits here is the total that times we need to hit that particular spot here. It's pretty much the same here. This is a few left. See, overkill, inflict 7+ hits on the target to move the politics counter 1 to the left, so we can actually get rid of the politics here. This one is low altitude. Aircraft cannot use high altitude, huh? I'm not going to do this one here. Seems a little bit more straightforward. So we're going to continue there. Now we're going to place sites, so we'll hit that. So it's going to go ahead and place these sites. Normally you draw these out of a cup, in the real game. This is kind of randomly done here based on, the card and everything for you. And so you can see here we've got some different stats on the different sites there. So we've got some different infantry units there, and also some other of these sort of anti-aircraft guns around there. So we're going to have to consider our approach here. So let's go ahead and continue down here. Now we're going to arm pilots. This is the meat of the game here, and I may I'll talk through this a little bit, but basically let me just zoom out a little bit here. this way. All right. And so this is sort of the meat of the game. Now we have 3 aircraft, like we said, that we can put on here, and we have 3 special ops points to spend on things. So as you can, choose your different weapons here, you can see the amount of special ops points that's going to have here. So like this one here is a nice piece of napalm, and so this one's a little bit more expensive, so to speak, and special ops points are interesting because it kind of represents specialty weapons that you don't just go and use willy-nilly. So napalm is not something you just go and use wherever the heck you feel like. You got to take some consideration. So this is sort of your capital, sort of political capital. It kind of abstracts a lot of different things. So one thing that we noticed is that there were no bandits. At least I don't think so. Now I'm doubting myself, but I don't think there were any bandits, any aircraft that we're going to have to fight. Everything's on the ground. Oh, we can see here. Yeah, so everything's on the ground there. We may encounter some bandits or something on the way. You basically draw like an approach event, and then a mission event, and then an event when you're leaving. So you may have to do some combat there, but we don't really need to worry too much about that. Okay, so his weight points here is 5. So I've got some special ops to spend. I'm going to go ahead and add that one. So there we have 3 weight points left, and maybe I will throw down, and that's a 2 there, and let's throw one of these on there, and I like the rockets to round it out. Okay, and then the next guy is, what am I doing here? I should just use my best pilots. Get rid of those there. Alright, so he's not going. I'm just going to go all the way to the right. Sorry, I was in the mode of still, trying to maybe work up some of my lesser pilots and then maybe throwing in. But I'm just going to play one mission, so I'm just going to go all out here. So he's got a weight points of 3 here. Okay, and he's high air to air, so I may skip him in this case. So he's air to ground here. He's fast. He's got a +2. He's got a little bit more weight points. I will throw down 2 things of napalm there. Okay, so that's one of my pilots, and he's pretty good all around. He's got a weight points of 3. I would like some more shots with him, so I may, let's see here. That's on sights. Well, I got one more guy, so let's 2 of those, and then a rocket. So all right, and this guy, let's see, is this guy any better? -2, -1, he's got 4, he's got 5. He can carry some more stuff. I'll throw this guy in there. Why not? 2 sets, amount of special ops. Okay. Okay, so one of those, and then, let's do one of these, and then give me one of these 1s here. We got one more left. Yep. Okay, sorry about that. So we've loaded out some different weapons. I've basically chosen them based on their 2 hit numbers here, and then also, this here, and also this one. See, you can get like 1 hit, 2 hit, 3 hit, and so you can do a lot more damage, because what you're trying to do is basically blow up this card that's in the middle, and so you need to hit it with 6 hits. You've only got 4 turns to do that, so you've got to kind of load in some possibility to do extra damage on your bomb with some of these different bombs here. And also consider, you need to take out these guys too before you you get these pilots too stressed or blown out of the sky. So you've got to kind of juggle. This is sort of your approach. Your intelligence is sort of dictated what you're going to see here, and so now we're going to have to approach from these different areas to try to figure out what to kill. Target bound event. So we're basically flying to the target. We're going to deal with that event, place our aircraft, get everything set up, and then hit the over target part. So let's get our approach event. And in this one here, you may only attack suppressed targets. All right, so let's do it. All right, so abort decision. No, I'm not going to abort. Continue. We're going to place our aircraft. Okay, let's see here. So these guys has a little bit of range down that side. So do these other guys. Well, they're going to be able to hit me no matter what there. Let's just put all these guys up here, so we can help assist in things. Alright. Over target event. Alright, so now we're going to do this one. Destroy, oh sweet, destroy any one site or bandit. That will be an easy call. So, let's see, so we can pick one. I'll tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to destroy him, because he's going to be bothering me later. Now I can just fly through here, and then, oh, he's going to be bothering me later too. Oh well, that's one less guy to, let's try. No, see, I can't do that. I'm trying to cheat. Alright, next screen. So turn 1 of 4. We have 4 rounds here to now try and kill this target. So fast pods attack. I believe one of these guys was fast. Now this is showing that first event card we drew, and this is basically set up sort of an environment for the whole mission. So collateral damage concerns. You may only attack suppress sites and bandits in the center area. Well, that is annoying. So I have to basically fly here and only hit these, because it doesn't want me. Think of this sort of the countryside with maybe some innocent folks out there, and even though there's some dastardly deeds based on sort of the politics of the time, we can't just be kind of blowing up everything we see in the countryside. So, gotta skip that. And then defense is going to attack. Yes, so that event's still there. So they can say this guy's attacking him. So I got nothing to suppress with here because these guys are out of range. So I'm going to skip. And then he's going to try to evade. I'm going to get some stress. I got 2 stress there. That's not good. And then he's going to roll for the attack. It's a miss, so that's not so bad. All the defenders attacked. Now he had the range of 1. These guys all basically have a range of 0. You can see that little 1 there. I'm not sure if I was clear about that earlier. So continue. Slow pilots attack. I got nowhere to attack anyway because I can't attack anybody because of that dumb event. So we're going to continue now. Aircraft is going to move. We're just going to move everybody up in there. So this is, we kind of wasted a turn, so to speak. Come on. There we go. End mission. No. Continue. Turn 2. Fast pilots attack. Now we cannot. So one of these is fast. I just want to make sure I'm not reading that wrong. Let's see if we can. Right. Political limitations. Da da da. Alright. I did read that right. So we're going to continue. They're going to attack me. Oh, right, because I can't suppress because of that dumb event. Is that right? Yeah, that's fine. I can't do anything. He's going to evade anyway. 2 stress. That's no good. That's one of my good at guys. Alright, he's going to attack. He's going to skip. And he doesn't have any stress, so I'm going to evade. So stress is not good because, remember, like I said, they missed. That's good. Because you don't want to get to shaken. So he's got 2 stress. I got 1 more stress. He's now shaken. You get any more stress, you know, you can have up to 4 with this guy, and then he's basically unfit. And he's just not going to do you any good at all. So now we're going to fly into the second area. Slow pilots attack. You can't do that. Any of these have a range there? Yes, this does. So I will try to see if that has a range of 1. I knew I should have put more rockets in here instead of going for the big guns. That's one thing you learn about this game, is you kind of get the hang of figuring out when to use the different ammo. That's really the whole game. This is kind of a very sort of short and abrupt thing, but that's kind of makes sense because it's just, you know, it's a quick bombing run. The real meat and decision making in the game is basically choosing which aircraft, but more importantly, I think choosing which, you know, ammunition to do that. So we'll fire on that. Come on, hit it. Yeah, there we go. Okay, so we got 1 hit. So we take that. We're gonna hit it 5 more times, and then we're going to continue here. Okay, and the reason I haven't changed altitude, which I should have done. So focus on being at low altitude. So we're going to move these guys now. So everybody's going to be in here. We got 1 little shot off there. We're going to take some fire from some of these other sites. So this is not going to go well, I can tell you that right now. Unless they roll badly. So fast pilots attack. Use fast. You're fast. Oh, we'll just continue. Defense attacks. We're just going to get hit a bunch here. Skip. Evade. It's too far away to suppress. That's a miss. He's kind of stressed. I do not want to... What's he at? He's at 6 stress. Skip. Skip. Let's get lucky. Yeah, okay. Well, it's just a little bit of stress. He's at 3. I can't evade because it puts more stress on the pilots to, you know, fly maneuvers and stuff. Okay. Skip. So I'm just getting... Yep. Skip, skip, skip. Uh-oh. No good. Slow pilots. So he can hit. So I'm going to try to hit the mark here. Fire. Hopefully I get 2 hits out of that. Oh. I got a plus on that? Yes, I do. I got the advantage. I got a 9. You can see I used the... oh, it's gone there. So use 6 and a 10. I rolled a 9, but I got the plus on there. So now I've got 2 hits on there. So it's going to be kind of up to this guy. He's got nothing left he can use. Unfit. Shaken. Ah, we're going to lose. So we're going to go here. I should have had some more rockets in so I could pepper that a little bit and get one final bomb in. We're just going to go ahead and play it out. We're playing the last round here. Fast pilot's going to attack. That's nobody. Yes, the event we know. So I'm just going to skip through these attacks here because I can't take any more stress. I'm going to go through these attacks a little bit more. Yikes. That's no good. Yeah, he's out. Skip. Well, it's stress, 3 stress. I'll evade with him. Yeah. Okay. Let's see if I got any. He's got one more. If I get lucky, I can hit it twice. That's not going to be enough, though. I'm going to be close. That's not going to do anything. Yeah. So there's a miss there. So that I'm pretty much failed at this point. I could have had up to 5 hits. If I had a rocket, I could have got that last hit in there, and then if I would have got luckier on that die roll, you know, I did some damage to this armed recon, but, you know, sorry. So aircraft move now. Well, I'm not going to move anywhere. I guess I can fly away. I should try to get away. So we'll move this way. And he's out. So homebound events. Now we're looking at the bottom of the event. Escapes. Return to your squadron. 1 random aircraft has suffered a missing in action. Oh, okay. That's pretty good. So the guy that was destroyed, we're going to get... I guess he was destroyed. He wasn't missing in action. So you can see you're going to get some experience here for different guys. And as you can see, everybody gets a little bit. A mission gets some, but we didn't get very much because we didn't win. Search and rescue. Try to rescue this guy. Nope. Okay. Continue. So now you're basically, after each mission, you're going to kind of adjust pilot experience, you know, rest some pilots, different things like that. So this is going to kind of give you a summary. Target's still operational. And now we can see what our recon, our intel, and our politics are. So politics got a little bit worse. None of these got any better, so because we didn't succeed. And then as you can see here, we are still at dismal because, you know, we would have maybe got 2 victory points here, and then we'd have been really looking for a 1 or 2 victory point mission there. Missions that are, you know, more difficult, they're going to give you more victory points, but they're harder to do. And so you really try to want to get around here at least adequate or good. I've gotten great a few times. It's pretty difficult to get, though. It's a pretty difficult game. It's got some luck, but once you really start to play with the you know, the loadouts, then you can really start to get into the game, and there's a lot to kind of explore with all that. So here's the experience part. +1 experience. Perfect mission would be another experience. So that didn't happen. So that's just telling us what's there. Pilot stress. On mission +2 target stress. off mission, you get -2 for rest and relaxation. Each of the pilots has a cool number will automatically get rid of a certain amount of stress. So if you keep using pilots too much, then they're just not going to be that great for you. You got to kind of rest and then kind of, you know, balance out, you know, using your greens and your newbies and all the different ones like that. So in a way, they kind of take on sort of a personality, because, you know, you've got your call sign, and then you're like, okay, well, he's MIA, he's unfit. You know, this guy, you got to rest this guy, this and that. You don't want to lose guys because you've got, you know, a very limited supply of aircraft to use and things like that. And so now we would go into the second mission, you know, and try to look for, you know, a nice, you know, juicy victory point mission to go from there. So anyway, that's sort of the kind of a gameplay run through, and also a little bit a highlight of the iOS app for Phantom Leader. And as I said in my recent review, this is definitely one of my all-time favorite games. The deluxe edition adds on some more nuance and things with the target sights. You've got some different angles and some flight paths and things that you have to consider, which aren't in this. I still think this is, you know, fairly rich as far as, you know, the different ammo and things like that, but I do like sort of the maneuverability and sort of a little bit more tactics during the combat, which, as you can see, can be kind of abortive, which I don't mind. It fits the theme, and I do like sort of tinkering with the ammo, but the deluxe edition, like I said, adds a little bit more to that and definitely enhances the game without really changing too many different roles. So anyway, so Phantom Leader, thanks.